Hello, I'm Ted Reed, and welcome to Sim Racing Therapy. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about Fanatec, Logitech, and Thrustmaster. And this video is going to be for people out there that are thinking about getting into sim racing, or if you're already sim racing and you're wondering where to put your money to upgrade your current setup. But first things first, let's have some fun. I picked out a nice Ferrari 458. We're going to take that to the spot, do some laps, alright? But first off, let me say, if you haven't watched my introduction video, sneak over there and watch it. It'll tell you a lot about me and what I'm trying to do with this channel. That being said, let's get out on the track and we'll talk about it, okay? So let me start off by saying I have over 8 years sim racing experience and have used almost every piece of equipment from all three manufacturers we will be discussing today: Fanatec, Logitech, Thrustmaster, okay? And every piece of equipment that I have used has been purchased with my own money. I'm a father of 5 with 0 sponsors, okay guys? So take that in consideration when you're watching this video. The things I talk about are, I've spent hundreds of hours with every piece of equipment from these manufacturers, barring, excluding the Thrustmaster TGT and the direct drives from Fanatec, okay? Every other piece of equipment I have used for hundreds of hours on multiple racing simulations. So take that into consideration, all right? So first off, I want to start by talking about Logitech, okay? And why I think Logitech has no place in the sim racing industry anymore, all right? And it's basically going to come down to one thing, guys: price. As of today, May 9th, 2020, a Logitech G29 or G920 is going for $400. $400 US, okay? When it launched at $250, that's a reasonable price point. At $400, it has no business in the sim racing industry. It is using technology that is decades old. Let me explain. Their force feedback wheels still use gear-driven motors for their force feedback, and what that does is causes input lag. It causes a dead zone in your steering, and it causes noise. To be frank, they're very, very noisy. But the input lag and the dead zone are also crucial to your lap times if you're serious about sim racing and you like shaving those tenths off. The dead zone can be crucial. You can get used to it over time, but it's there. And the other thing you can get used to over time is that the noise. But we're in 2020, and you're talking about spending $400 on a wheel that sounds like you're shaking a bunch of gravel up and down every time you take a turn. You take a hairpin or a chicane, you get this very bad clipping and real noisy, and you can try to minimize it, but inevitably you end up with very, very little force feedback, so you feel like you're at an arcade. So that being said, we need to take Logitech off the table for sim racing, beginners, intermediate, advanced. Logitech should not even be on the table anymore, guys, and that's just my opinion. So we're going to start talking about the two big ones on the table, and that's Thrustmaster and Fanatec, okay? So first thing, the most important piece to your sim rig or your sim setup is a good set of pedals, all right? And the reason for that is a load cell pedal. A load cell brake pedal offers a realistic, pressure sensitive brake input that allows you consistent and faster brake lap times, because of that consistent braking that you're allowed by that load cell. It mimics real life brake pressure, so you naturally adjust, whereas Logitech and other non-load cell pedals these days use what's called a potentiometer, and all that does is measure the distance that the pedal's being traveled. and it goes for the brake as well, and that's you know, it goes with the Logitech as well. You know, their brake pedal is a potentiometer, and it just measures the distance that you push the pedal, and it's very, very difficult to get consistent lap times with a pedal that you have to judge how much brake you're given by the distance of the pedal. Especially, I found that most of these pedals out here, the brake pedals anyway, are such a short throw that even the little fraction of an inch miss input can mess up your turn. Just a little fraction, you know, a quarter of an inch, an eighth of an inch off input into that pedal, and it's done. And that doesn't happen with load cell because it's pressure sensitive. So that being said, we're going to talk about Thrustmaster and Fanatec. And if you guys watched my intro, you know I'm out here on the most basic Thrustmaster out there, the T150. You know, anything below $200 is a toy, guys. So take that in consideration also. The T150 is $200. It is the entry level, what I would consider the entry level wheel from Thrustmaster that offers a hybrid belt and gear driven wheel that eliminates the dead zone from the gears. It allows smoother response, smoother inputs, a little bit smoother fidelity. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's an entry-level wheel, and it's definitely not loud. You don't get that clacking, that gravel sound, that clipping. You don't have that in this hybrid wheel, and it's $200. And I will tell you why I went and decided to go with the T150, knowing that I already enjoy sim racing. Because if you don't know that you enjoy sim racing and you're curious, the T150 is the way to get in to see if you enjoy it, see if you like it, see if it brings some happiness to your life. And if it doesn't, you're only out $200 and not $400. I know $200 is a lot of money, but it's half of $400, guys. And if you don't like it, you can eBay it, you can Craigslist, you can gift it to your buddy or whatever. But if you do like it, you have a good, solid belt hybrid wheel that you can take that $200 that you saved. You can go over to the Fanatec website, get you a set of load cell pedals. They've got a brake load cell kit pedal set, $220, and you've got a good solid start to your sim racing career. You've got a really, really good set of pedals and a good solid starter wheel that'll get you through until you know, if you like it and you enjoy it like I do, it'll get you through until you can upgrade to something like the CSL Elite, or maybe even a direct drive. If you know, you guys aren't on a budget out there, you know, direct drive is definitely the way to go. But for those out there on a budget, this is definitely the way to start out, in my opinion. But if you're not on a budget, I would suggest going ahead and just jumping into the Fanatec ecosystem, as they call it. Get into that CSL Elite. If you don't want to get into a belt driven, jump up to that direct drive, that Podium DD1. I would not recommend going to the Club Sport, simply for the fact, the law of diminishing returns, guys. When you start talking Club Sport V2.5, you're too close to direct drive money. Okay, the performance to price ratio, you always got to keep that in consideration. The CSL Elite performs 80 to 90% of the Club Sport V2.5 at almost half the price. And the V2.5, you compare that to the Podium direct drive, well, it's only a few $100s more, guys. I think the V2.5 right now is $800, and the Podium direct drive is $1,200 for the DD1. So in my opinion, if you already are in sim racing, you love sim racing, skip that Club Sport, skip the V2.5, go right on ahead for the big boy in the direct drive. Fanatec's got an amazing ecosystem. They've got amazing product. Their quality's amazing. You know, we can talk about Thrustmaster too, because all you guys, I know there's some people out there wondering about Thrustmaster. If you're already in the Thrustmaster ecosystem, you know, that's good. Thrustmaster makes quality products as well. But when you start adding a load cell in, to a belt-driven Thrustmaster, you're starting to talk Fanatec prices. And if you can afford one or the other, if they're both the same amount of money, I'm going to go with Fanatec 10 out of 10 times, guys, and that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm not being sponsored by anybody. I have extensive use, many years with Fanatec and Thrustmaster products, and that's just the way I would go. The quality with Fanatec versus Thrustmaster is just, it's not comparable. Fanatec is just a far superior product in the end. I hate to break it to all those guys out there using Thrustmaster, because it's good stuff, it really is, but it cannot compete on Fanatec's level. And you know, those are my thoughts on it. You know, and I'll leave a comment and let me know what you think, because I know a lot of you guys are out there rocking those G27s and just killing those times with those old Logitechs, and that's great. That's great that you are, but you are used to the dead zone and the clipping and the noise. You can't deny that it's there, and you can't deny the points that I've made in my video today. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say to give my opinion on the matter, guys. I just want to let you know on that note, you know, one little tip. Most people don't really want to hear the truth. They just want to hear that what they believe is right and what they believe is correct. Okay, so just because you hear something and you don't like it doesn't mean it's not the truth. Okay, so that's my piece on where I think you should go if you're a beginner thinking about getting in, or you're already in and you want to upgrade. Those are my thoughts. Leave a comment and let me know, you know, if I'm ridiculous, if you think I'm crazy. A lot of you out there probably do. But leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Help me out, help my channel grow. I'm trying to get this going. I want to help the community grow. I want to help people have fun and utilize this esport as a tool to bring balance into everybody's life, guys. So I thank you for joining in, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.